What's the most insane responsibility your parents forced on you as a teenager? The paramedics found me unconscious at my desk, while my 7-year-old brother's glucose monitor screamed from the kitchen announcing his blood sugar crash. I woke up in the hospital with an IV drip feeding into my arm and machines tracking every heartbeat. The nurse was adjusting my charts when I tried to sit up. Your brother's blood sugar crashed to dangerous levels, but we stabilized him before brain damage occurred. I reached for my phone on the bedside table. I need to contact my parents about their client deadlines due tomorrow morning. She stopped writing and stared at me. Honey, according to your emergency form, they're at a casino resort for the next 3 weeks. My stomach dropped. But their accounting firm has 400 returns due this week. The nurse sat down heavily beside my bed. You're 15 years old. It wasn't a question, but I answered anyway. I've been preparing their taxes since I was 12 when my parents won their first big poker tournament and decided gambling paid better than accounting. Her pen clattered onto the clipboard. They trained me on professional software and gave me their license numbers because traditional work was for people who couldn't count cards. The room started spinning again, but I fought through it. If I don't file those extensions tonight, they'll lose half their clients. She was already walking toward the door. I'm calling child services right now. The social worker arrived within an hour with a thick folder and exhausted eyes. The nurse says you run your parents' entire accounting practice. I nodded while checking my brother's glucose readings on my phone app. During tax season, I get maybe 3 hours of sleep if his levels stay stable and no clients have emergencies. She pulled out a recorder. Walk me through yesterday before you collapsed. Yesterday felt like a month ago. Woke at 5 for blood sugar checks and urgent returns, then made breakfast with insulin calculations that could kill him if I mess up. I paused to catch my breath. Started online school while processing payroll and took client calls while my teachers thought I was taking bathroom breaks. After lunch and checking his levels again, I handled quarterly reports while helping him with his homework. Then dinner between email responses and his bedtime routine before working until 2 on whatever deadline was screaming loudest. She set down her pen. Your parents are licensed CPAS who graduated at the top of their classes. It wasn't a question, but I knew she wanted more. They say numbers bore them now that they've discovered gambling's adrenaline rush. Spreadsheets can't compete with poker's high. She flipped through medical reports. You're severely malnourished with a stress-induced ulcer and your brother almost died while you were unconscious. The weight of it hit me suddenly. There's never time for meals when managing 40 payrolls while monitoring blood sugar every 2 hours. I thought I could handle it. My parents answered the phone after 12 hours of persistent calling, and my father's first words told me everything. Do you understand how much money we're losing by leaving this tournament early? Not asking if I was okay or about his son who almost died. Dad, I collapsed from exhaustion, and your 7-year-old went into diabetic shock. His voice got louder through the speakerphone. Stop being dramatic about basic responsibilities that working parents handle. The social worker grabbed the phone from my shaking hands. Your daughter has been hospitalized for severe malnutrition while illegally operating your accounting firm. He laughed, actually laughed. She just needs better time management and maybe some coffee. My mother's voice cut in sharp and angry. We're teaching her valuable life skills that school never could. The social worker's knuckles went white gripping the phone. You're forcing a minor to commit tax fraud while you gamble away your client's money. My mother's tone turned icy. Everything's filed under our license numbers and she wanted to help the family business. The social worker stood up suddenly. Your 15-year-old shouldn't be calculating insulin dosages or preparing corporate tax returns while you chase poker highs. Silence stretched for 10 seconds before my father spoke again. We'll fly home tomorrow to sort out this misunderstanding. The social worker's voice dropped dangerously low. You'll be explaining to law enforcement why your child has been operating your business for 3 years. The next morning brought decisions I wasn't ready to make. Your grandfather has been trying to get custody since he found out how bad things have gotten, the social worker explained while holding my hand. My mind raced through unfinished work. But there's an audit next week and quarterlies need filing and payroll processes Thursday, and if I don't handle it, they'll lose everything. She squeezed harder. Sweetheart, they already lost everything when they chose poker over parenting. The investigation revealed falsified internship documents and 3 years of returns illegally prepared by a minor. The judge's decision came that afternoon. Your parents return immediately to resume their responsibilities or lose custody with criminal charges pending. Since then, everything changed. At my grandfather's house, I sleep 9 hours without deadline panic, and my brother sees real doctors for his diabetes. I attend in-person high school now taking calculus instead of calculating strangers' taxes, and my parents' firm collapsed because they couldn't remember passwords or client names.